We have some pretty urgent news we need to be talking about. Today we had PCE reports coming out, and if you weren't watching yesterday's video, then you may not have gotten a good grip of what was happening. But what did we talk about in yesterday's video that we mentioned? If you come out lower than expected on PCE, you were going to have a good day. Even if you came out flat, we expected bullish behavior. Now, there was a lot of stocks that we've been continuing to buy, and we had one really big name that we need to talk about here in the video. Before I get into that and get into where we're going, I have to ask you to do two things. Consider liking, consider subscribing. I want to jump right into the point. I don't want to waste any time, but when you come to this channel, you're going to get unbiased viewpoints and unbiased opinions. I tell you if I win, I tell you if I lose, I show the winners, I show the losers. Now, this is where we're at. Yesterday, we anticipated a lot of traction, an explosion today, and that's exactly what happened. Now, if you are interested as well, we do have the newsletter, and this will be dropping on Sunday. If you did not catch last week's newsletter, it told you everything on futures specifically. That's the main focus of this channel is futures trading, and understand how to apply it to your options trading and which stocks you're liking in the market, whether it be SPY, Qs, Nvidia, Tesla, whatever it may be. This is going to be the foundation. So this is all free, and this will be Sunday's newsletter. We've already have it all written up. So make sure you're ready. The link is down below. It's 100% free. And as you can see, we're not selling you anything in here. There's nothing for us to sell you, right? Just so you understand, absolutely free. If you are interested as well, the Discord link is down below. There's officially 24 spots available, 15 at the $30 tier, 60 at the 9 at the $60 tier. And just so you know, what you get access to that's different than $60 than from the $30. The $30 you basically cannot speak in Discord, but you get access to all the information. The $60 tier, you get to talk in voice chat, and then you also get to type in the text channels as well. You're just kind of a fly on the wall at the $30 tier, but you still get to see all the trades, what stocks I'm buying, everything in between. But let's get back into the video because there's a lot we need to talk about here. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, not even the futures, not even anything going on there. Let's talk about Home Depot, right? Home Depot was the big boy we've been talking about. Myself, I bought about 70 shares, and then I didn't even end up getting an option, but I did tell everyone in Discord what options I would be considering to buy here on Home Depot. And I would want to show you just the evidence because I don't want to be all talk. I like to show my actions as well, right? That's the focus here. Transparency, transparency, transparency. So yesterday, right, these are just a few of the charts that we were looking at. Going back up, you can see from yesterday at close, Home Depot playing out fantastic. I bought a lot of stock, but I understand some people might not have the same amount of equity that I have to buy stock. So I told them the 300s for April 21st, they're $1.23, giving you a visual what happened with those contracts really quick, showing you where Home Depot went. And these were for 3 weeks out almost. The 300s, as you can see here, the end of the day at almost $4. Congratulations. They actually went a little bit higher. That's just where they ended on the day. So Home Depot killing it, and this thing's getting close to targets at 300, but has more room to run from there. Now, deeper into what we're looking at, I want to go into something what's happening here with the Nasdaq and ES and where we're overall targeting. Now, we talked about yesterday our targets that we were right here. Let me go to full screen so you can get a little bit better look. So we had our key range where we were like kind of focusing there, and then we had another little bit of resistance right there at like 13.2, but we're mounting all of that, as you can see, pushing. And after you get above this level here at 13.2, you're pretty much illiquid up into 13.4. That's why the end of the day push was so easy, almost 100 points there. Absolutely beautiful. Tech is thriving, but there's something that's going on here that no one's really talking about. But if this happens, we're going to see an explosion. Just like I said, if semiconductors showed weakness, I believe we see an explosion to the downside on SPY. But there is a possibility for an explosion to the upside on indexes, specifically SPY and Dow. And the sector is XLF and KRE. Now, when we look at financials, they're getting a little bit of a bounce from these lows, almost, 7.5% roughly, but you still have a lot more room to go back to where you were, almost 10-12%. Look at something like Bank of America at that as well. A little bit of a bounce, but you still have lots of room back to just the 200 SMA, right? What about Wells Fargo? Lots of room. You're still just sitting at lows. Charles Schwab, great one as well. Probably my favorite bank name out there. Very low. You have so much room to kind of backtrack if you need to, right? And so my assumption here and why I think next week this is going to be one of the most important sectors to watch. Now, I think you're going to have strength no matter what in the Nasdaq going into the beginning of this coming week. But if you get some follow through on volume and you start to see the XLF get a bounce back, I'm telling you, you are in business to possibly break 13.7 this coming week on the Nasdaq. Now, again, fundamentally, I've been inherently bearish. I continue to explain my thoughts there, right? But we need to understand what's going on. So at the end of the day, Fed Williams, I don't know if he like just woke up at 3 p.m., like right at market close, but you know, Godspeed to you, right? The Fed rate hikes have put monetary policy in a slightly restrictive stance. And they continue, the rhetoric here is that they're getting happier with where we're at. And this is Financial Juice on Twitter. And basically, they have a really cool website. I am not sponsored by these guys, but I still just love their product. You can go check them out. It's like a news source. Really, really cool. Anyways, but again, not sponsored by them. If they want to sponsor me, hey, my name's Tyler Wilson. Shout me out. I would love to be a sponsor for you guys. You have a great product. Pay me anytime you want. But anyways, it's basically like a Bloomberg terminal. That's what they're essentially doing, just forwarding out to their people. Now you can see what they're going all in on everything here. So they're coming to the point where they are at a pause rate, right? Now we've seen them say they expect one more hike, and then after that they're good to pause. The market has loved this, okay? Simply put, right? That's what I keep saying. We have issues with inflation, but if they're talking about pausing very soon, if they're talking about, it's not even a pivot, but it's just a standstill, the market's going to love that. The home sales data is loving that. So everything from that viewpoint, aside from the fundamentals of inflation not really dropping, is doing good. So the market is loving it, and that's pushing us back up. Just the thought process is getting the market to where it wants to be. So 13.75 has to be the target this week coming up, and that's where I fully expect us to go. But let's just go over really quick too. And I want to cover a little bit more about some of the trades that we've been mentioning here on the channel. You know, what do we talk about? Remember I said Apple, one of my favorite names to the upside. You mounted that 159 level, pushed up to 164. Microsoft, what happened here? You mounted that level of 281, pushed up higher, mounted the highs at 283.5, pushed up to 288, 289. All these plays as well were mentioned here on the channel, but they were also mentioned in Discord. But I want people to understand that yes, you can subscribe to Discord. You can pay for Discord, be with us every single day and all like 900, 1,000 members that we have in there, right? But you don't really have to do that because it's all here for you, right? I share everything that's also on YouTube. I share on basically Discord, right? I'm just going to hold your hand. You're going to be able to ask us questions throughout the day as well. Now, going back into this though, you know, what are some of these gains? What are these looking like, right? One member, these are not, this is not mine. This is other people, right? I like to show others people gains. I like to show my losses. That's what I prefer to do, right? I like to be transparent with my losses and show you guys what the big guys are winning here in Discord. This guy had one of his best months ever, going for almost $7,000 in the month. We had CJ absolutely killing it. All the boys destroying the past few days. That's why I keep saying, patience, patience, patience. And then when you get the opportunity, you strike, right? That's what I'm always trying to say to you guys as much as possible, right? Look at this guy. Also, go to Truth. You might be the member of the month. Remember, if you're a member of the month, you get like $100 and you get also probably like, I'm thinking about throwing in headsets because everyone has trash headsets, but go to Truth. 100% on his portfolio this week, which he probably was overextending. You should never make 100% of your portfolio in a week, but hey, you're killing it, my guy. But anyways, that's where we're at. Now, again, that's what we want to see. Now, going into ES. ES, you've been playing catch up, okay? You've been playing a lot of catch up. I think you got to be targeting this week 4,200, 4,212. That's your target this week. If we break above that, then we'll be playing catch up with the Nasdaq, pushing back up into August highs. Okay, that's what you'd be looking for. That's your next really big level. Just understand that also. Okay, that's what I'm looking for there. That's what we want to see. So I don't know why this is white. There you go. Now it's black. Okay, so that's what we want to see. Is a push to 42. Can we get above that? Then 43.28. But again, I think I would keep my targets around 42.12 on the week here. Be a little bit passive now. Again, we got the breakout. You had a lot of opportunity. We've been making money here. But now it's time. Look, as you're getting into some of these areas, you're illiquid here. Don't get me wrong. But don't start, YOLOing, guys. We don't want to start giving up gains. You're patient. You get the opportunity, you take advantage of the opportunity, you move on to the next, right? That's the focal point. That's why you've been hammering this stuff home. Looking at SPY, what's happening here? Posted this in Discord as well, right? Some of this stuff I just can't post during the day because obviously it's intraday trading. SPY, ascending triangle forming out into power hour, boom. Straight up rocket launcher to the upside, right? Monster move there. What's happening here on SPY? Everyone keeps saying, well, Tyler, we're not getting a retest of 404. We didn't get a retest of, 398. I want to give you a visual just really quickly here, okay? I'm going to go to like the 2 hours so you can see this a little bit more clearly if you need to see it, right? Now, when you zoom out, I want you to just look at what's happening based on price action. And we're going to have an educational video tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm going to do market structure. I meant to do it last week, but there was just a better opportunity, or I might do some SPY. I don't know. You guys, let me know what you want to learn down below, because tomorrow's an educational video. And I'm going to try to give you guys a good video tomorrow. Now, what am I looking at here? I just want to give you like a visual of what's really happening. And this is just, swing lows we had here in March. Okay. Now SPY is a little bit of a weaker example, but when you're looking at market structure, a quick lesson very quickly, what is happening in this area? Now, a lot of people want to jump and say, oh, it's a flag. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Well, no, I just encourage you to just be silent for a second and just think about what's really happening here from a very basic standpoint. What's happening here, then here, then here, then here, then here, then here. What's happening? What keeps happening, right? It's so simple. If it was a snake, it would bite you, okay? What's happening is you're making higher lows and lower highs. That's what's happening, right? And what does that mean? It's one of the primary structures of one. Sometimes we lead this into flags on smaller time frames, but if it's happening on larger time frames, it tells us we're in a bullish channel. We're moving in a bullish structure, right, to the upside. As long as we cannot make new lows, we have to side with the thesis that, technically speaking, we look good for a continued upside. Now, if we go to Nasdaq, that's SPY. So if we look at Qs, I mean, it's even more exaggerated, right? We touched that 200 and we just went crazy. So going back to SPY, you don't necessarily have to get these retests, okay? Now, that's obviously some of the best trades, and someone asked that here. This is a big question, like past 2 days. You didn't get a retest of 398. Well, guess what? You got something even better. You broke above, you retested the day's highs before that, and then you shot up again. That's almost better than any retest of 398. Again, you can even drag this back a little bit further. You can see how you held below this and it was a major level. The same thing just continues to happen here on SPY, right? As big of a bear as I want to be, I have to look at the technicals and take what it's giving me. You're just remounting highs on highs on highs, pushing up and up and up. So right now, the structure for me is clearly bullish. Qs, same thing. Now, again, I am not getting abnormally crazy bullish. Right now, like I said, what am I doing? I'm playing a lot of stock. That's the name of the game right now. And then if I'm day trading, I'm doing shorter dated contracts. I'm not swinging to the upside. I'm doing shorter dated contracts and I'm taking my profits. That's the name of the game now. If I'm going to swing stuff, I'm going to swing shares so my risk is minimal. And I'm only touching names that I see good upside. For instance, the best names right now, Amazon. I think today was a beautiful day for Amazon. Some people might not see what I see, but I just want to give you a little bit of an instance of what's actually happening here. If we look at Amazon, you are grinding on top of the VWAP, pushing up on the 2 hour. Very, very strong. You're really getting no seller action pushing you down. Giving you a visual of the last time this kind of happened. It was a little bit about right here at the 94, 95 region. We kind of grinded, and then we just went parabolic one day, pushing up to 101, right? This is some of the action what we're looking for. Is similar action right back here on March 13th, and you pushed up really heavy. Consolidation, pushed up really heavy. So I like this. A lot of the good moves today happened in a lot of tech and even some of the industrials. But I have a really big stock that I like for you as well. And it's not Home Depot, but I got to check out Home Depot because it's absolutely glorious. If you weren't on Twitter, and again, I can only post so much during a YouTube video, right? The videos are almost already pushing 20 minutes. On Twitter, right? I share everything on Twitter so you guys are always prepared. You guys know what to expect, right? What were we talking about? This was back here on the 30th, 126. I mentioned you started mounting the 200 SMA right there on the weekly. I bought in around 282, but this was like the confirmation. I got in aggressively down here, but then you started to mount. That was your like an easy money sign. Short-term target, $300. That's what we're looking for. What happened here on the chart today? Boom. In a day when tech is leading the market, is it interesting that something like Home Depot is able to even keep up the way it is right now? Absolute monster of a day, Home Depot. You're very close to our level of 300. And again, what does that level come into? It's the 200 moving average on the daily. I do believe about right there, $300.50. So that's our target there. The next play though, CAT. C-A-T. And I know I'm known for preaching to you guys the absolute dogs. You are dogs when it comes to trading. And I want to give you a little food for thought here on the channel, guys. I don't like to do too much motivation, none of that nonsense, but I want to let you guys think about something real quick, okay? Everyone always says they want to learn. They want to make money in the market, this and that. Again, everyone always talks about it, right? Everyone's always saying it. Everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to do this. Everyone wants to do that. But no one wants to spend the time hunting, okay? Everyone wants to eat, right? Everyone. I can go down the street right now. I can ask, hey, you want to make $500 a day? Guess what? They're all going to say yes, yes, yes. Everyone's going to say it. But few people want to obsess over what's happening here, guys. And really, that's what it takes to be successful, in my opinion, specifically in this market. When I look at Caterpillar, I love what I see. Now, I think you're getting a little bit. I bought shares here at the end of the day. You are at a level. This is a big level. This is aggressive in my opinion, okay? This was your all-time high, I believe, right there. Yeah, that's your all-time high at 265. You recently just made it. You recently just made this all-time high, okay? What I want to show you, though, real quick is the VRVP. Take a quick look from the all-time high. Just from the all-time high to now to when you started selling off, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. I don't want you shooting the messenger. I'm just the messenger, guys. If you can get above this 229, 230 level, you're pushing quick. I mean, your only resistance at 239, and then really you start to get interesting at 243. So I like the upside opportunity. It's all about finding value. Double bottom down here at lows. You broke above. I love it. And a daily gap at 240. If the camera was on today, guys, I'd be dancing for you because this has got my dancing shoes out. I love what I see here. I bought about, I think, 50 shares. Let me bring it up real quick on my interactive brokers. Yes, end of the day, I bought 50 shares, just so you know. So I absolutely love it. Monster stock. Love where Cat's going. Those are my favorite names right now. I think tech has a lot of room, and I also bought some shares on AMD, so you guys know. Again, I just want to be transparent with you guys, right? Look, I try to be as transparent as possible. I wanted to swing AMD because NVIDIA is an absolute unit. Like I said earlier in the day, it's an absolute, NVIDIA is going crazy. It's like if I took a Lizzo to a Golden Corral, all you can eat, right? It was Golden Corral on a Thanksgiving. You know, when they bring out all the good stuff, right? If you were ever in the trenches like I was back in the day, then you know what I'm talking about. NVIDIA is an absolute unit trying to run to 289. AMD, I'm going to tell you right now, and I know for all you guys, the meme lords, well, Tyler, we got a head and shoulders. We got a head and shoulders forming out. I see it, but guess what? You're invalidating. You wanted to push right up through that. Now, giving you a visual of what we're targeting here, what I'm targeting at least, right? Zooming out to around the daily. Want to zoom out. If you can get above 100 and you can mount $100, I don't think you're going to find that much resistance at 109. I mean, that's going to be a level. It will be important, but I'm not even worried about 104. This thing could start really moving over $100, and you could start seeing shorts getting crushed in this thing. Because I believe right now, people are trying to short these names, specifically semiconductors. I've seen all you guys down in the comments saying, I'm shorting tech. I'm shorting NVIDIA. Da, 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 da. Like, what are you doing? You're shorting the strongest sector in the entire market. Semiconductors are an absolute monster. I like AMD, very similar structure to what's happening with NVIDIA. It's just a little bit of a lagger. It's been one of our best plays. Look at the daily, though, as well. Grinding that 90 MA, bouncing off of today. We love what we're seeing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Educational video. The next video on the stock market will be on Sunday. Absolutely love you guys. Have a good one, traders.